Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Xa Talk Show. Today is 2020, May 5th, and Tuesday, 5 o'clock p.m. in the afternoon, San Francisco time. So good morning, guys. Good morning, Ronnie. Good morning, Ripper. Good morning, Alan and Patrick Crystal and Source. So what are we going to talk about today? I don't know. I don't have. We got some questions. Alan compiled a bunch of questions. Compilation. Did you know that the word compilation came from the etymology is stealing? Okay, you probably don't know, but let me show you. The etymology, etymology of compilation. And you know how I found that out? Because I was watching porn. You know, on porn websites, you have compilation of certain acts. And then I'm wondering, so where does the word compilation came from? Well, it came from basically stealing, pilfering, rampage, whatever that is a proper word, okay? And you are looking at my Emacs setup, XahTV keys, and on the right side you can see all the commands I call, such as moving cursor and moving cursor up, down, left and right, or left and right by words. And you see it's all single key press, so it's a most efficient thing. And by the way, did I mention, I think I haven't mentioned this before. So about 2 weeks ago, Will, he implemented a entire new engine for XahTV keys. Okay, let me show you. Actually, let me talk about that. XahTV keys, entire new engine, and we'll go back to a compilation of etymology of compilation. Okay, so actually, let me open another page. Wait, Wordy English, and open it here, and then magnify so you can see my window. And and show the keys. Okay, so add a new section and switch window, etymology of compilation. Okay, copy it, move back here, and select it, and etymology. So I have a XahLookup command, XahLookup etymology actually. So you can do it multiple ways. So for example, I want to know the etymology of the word compilation. So this is an Emacs demo, okay? So there's a package XahLookup. So I call the command metax and type etymology. So XahLookup etymology, that is the command I call, and it'll show in browser of the etymology website. So you can see, let's magnify the words. So compilation, middle 15th century. That which is compiled, also action of compiling, act of bringing together and adapting things said or written by different persons for the exposition of a subject. So that's a meaning from Old French compilation, from Old French compilation, something like that, and compilation collection, from Latin compilationem. Compilation, literally pillaging, literally pillaging. Noun of action from past particle stem of compiler. So pillaging, pillage, that's what compile. And when you write C or C++, those idiotic languages, you compile, you are pillaging. You are pillaging some bits. So etymology. So here is the etymology. Okay, the XahLookup commands. Okay, this is fantastic commands. You can pillage. You can pilfer from. So here is the Lisp code. You can see. Let me magnify the window. Okay. Wait, hold on a second. I need to show you my keystrokes. So magnify. Wait, what's going on? So magnify. So here is the Lisp code, XahLookup etymology, and this is part of the package XahLookup. So you can pillage it from Melpa, Emacs stuff. And here we have the website. Here, okay, wait. Open it and show in browser. Emacs XahLookup.el. Look up the web. You can look up Google, any search engine you want. You can customize it, and you can look up word definition. You can look up Wikipedia. Look up word dictionary. Dig.org. Look up Wiktionary and look up etymology. So that's one of the package you can use. So let me copy it. And let me switch window. Let's go to so let me go to the XAH Talk Show page, and let me put this here so you can actually see my commands. So here is XAH lookup stuff, Emacs stuff, and let me go back to the compilation, the Emacs stuff. Okay, so let me show you etymology of a compilation. Now we use the command to look up the word, but now there's another way. If you are a blogger like me, a blogger, so you want the etymology of compilation, so you call the command XAH words etymology linkify. You see, you call that command. So I press enter, so it creates a link to the etymology website, so you can make it a paragraph, show in browser. So now you can see we have a link to the etymology of compilation. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pilfer, steal it, copy it. You know why? Because this is the modern way. Everyone is stealing from every other. You know about Google image search. That's the beginning. That's kind of the how it all began. And the meme. Know your meme website. That's pillaging. And the most popular example is Wikipedia. You just steal from thousands and 10,000, 100 million resources and put on Wikipedia. That's what you do. Okay, so we copied the compilation, the etymology, and let me show you another command. Okay, so you see, let's do this again. So I paste it here. That's the etymology of compilation. Now this is I want to make it what Emacs call Emacs feel. Okay, it's idiocy of the Emacs feel. Let me show it again. So you see now this is very long line. So you can call a feel command. Actually, my feel command is different from Emacs because it's more suitable for programming code. We'll talk about that another day. But right now, what I want to do is that you see these idiotic straight quotes that does not match. I don't want that. So call a command, press a key, wait. Press a key, wait. Press a key. You can see the key. Let me show you the key again here. So let's undo. Okay, so wait. So let's do this all over again. Okay. Close the window. Close. Reopen. Fantastic commands and paste it again. You see now it's there. Now I call the command XAH replace straight quotes. Now they are in curly quotes. You see, it highlights the places that changed. Now let's see the beauty of the curly quotes. Can you see? Now I make a paragraph out of it. Okay, so let me shrink it. Okay, so let's make a, let's see, you see, make a paragraph and make it quote, block quote, and show in browser. So now you can see etymology of a compilation, and now it's on my website, not not someone who spent 10 years to create this passage. But we want to be nice, so we give it credit here. So the source, Now this is related to SEO. This is what all the thousands clickbaits, the commercial websites, they've been doing this for more than 10 years. The CNN, FAQ, and New York Times. Well, less of New York Times, but more. This is done by most of the news, secondary news websites, such as TechCrunch, Next Web. The Next Web. Tons, thousands of them. They like every time Google. For example, Google has a blog, right? Google blog. Every time Google has some news, They talk about on their blog. Then all these sponge websites, they copy passages from the Google, then they reward it. They tell you, so you go to their website instead of the Google original blogger, Google's blog website. So all these websites been doing that, and that is helped by Twitter and Facebook, Fox. Because they want to make money, and they created this situation. And Google by itself is guilty. Google invented the concept of SEO, which stands for search engine optimization. So what's wrong with that? The reason, the problem is that Google, they are a search engine maker. That's how they make money. But however, they want to get you to help them. That's the source, the original concept of search engine optimization. It's not really search engine. It's not fucking my business to help you to make your search engine better. But however, Google, by their power of brainwashing to the idiotic open source fuckheads, open source fanatics, they made it so that every open sources, these Linux idiots and Free Software Foundation idiots, they are like, oh, help Google. They created the concept, search engine optimization. It becomes a thing. They created this jargon, and Google has this guy Matt. You guys remember the guy Matt? He's the representative, a very nice guy. He talk very nicely, we need to help Africa. We need to help women. We need to help blacks. That's the social justice Gans thing. Help. We need to make the world better, a better place. But actually what it's actually doing is help Google. And with the search engine optimization, they created a structure, kind of, brainwashing into your people to create a structure so that you create your website according to whatever Google likes you to do. So all the websites becomes that. Good morning, Eric Chen. Good morning, China. Okay, so let's go back to etymology, and I have thousands articles on SEO. Okay, but let's not talk about that because there are 1 billion topics. So etymology. Okay, so we showed 2 commands written in Emacs about etymology. So for example, the command I just used, XahWords word etymology linkify. We can look at the source code. So let's magnify. Okay. Magnify. So here is the source code. Make the current word into a etymology reference link. This is supremely useful if you are a blogger, especially if you are into linguistics. Alan is our linguistic. Alan is our local in-house linguist. He is a PhD student dropout of linguistics. Okay, so this is useful command. Okay, so that's about that for that. Okay, so this is my wordy blog. From the haughty emotions of lexicon, stylistic concerns, decipherment of grammar and idioms, linguisticality, literature, and logicality. Okay, that's my word blog. Okay, so that's that about the etymology of compiled. And there's one more thing. Etymology of compilation. Okay, copy that. We need to make it a header. Okay, let's make it larger. Oh, I need to show you the keys. Okay, so etymology of compilation, H3 header show in browser. Fantastic. Okay, now that's it. And I'm going to drop into eShell, the fantastic Emacs Lisp technology, and async, the fantastic Unix technology, and password, the fantastic XAH technology of abbreviation. So it's uploaded on my website. And now if you close this, copy the file path, open a new buffer, paste it, you can see the file path, local file path, and you press a button and it becomes XahWordy blog. becomes the actual URL here. And now you press a button, everything is single button press operation here. You go to actually you go to my local file, but what we want is to show this in Chrome browser. So you call open link in Chrome. That's another command you can find on my GitHub. So you are looking at XahTV blog, and we have the today's update, etymology of compilation, pillage. Okay, that's it for that topic. That's the completion of that topic. Let's hop to the next topic. Okay, so let's go back, copy that, close it, Xah Talk Show, okay, etymology of compilation, and put the link here, XahTV blog, okay, show in browser. Yes, XahFly keys. XahFly keys needs a website, XahFly key website link. So XahFly keys website, let's put that here. Let's get that link. Show. Oh yeah, so we have a new engine for XahFly keys by Will. So by Will's something. Thank you very much, Will. You can find his name on the XahFly keys GitHub. It's a fantastic new engine. This is a great improvement because now XahFly keys has priority over others. You don't have to worry about minor mods, such as the Magic mod overriding your keys. So we done. Okay, so that's the topic. So let's go to the next topic. I have tons of things to say. How long have I been talking? And let's touch base. Let's see who is here and what you guys are saying. I've been talking for 17 minutes. So go back here. If you have questions, put my name to it. Okay, put my name. Maybe it's now is oh, and we talked about SEO. Okay, Google SEO. Google created the concept of SEO. Okay, so actually I want to show you the article about that because that's an important topic. XahTV SEO, the Google, the fucking evil thing. And by the way, when Google created the SEO website, I mean the concept, this is before 2010. This is around I don't know, 2008 or something. Back then, Google was still considered a ethical company, do no evil. But this move is but this move to me is actually the evil. It is, it's actually, after 2010, Google became explicitly evil, lying scumbag, cheating, and showing their website because some ad money they pay, you show on top of their website, things like that, and also collusion with U.S. government. So after 2000, and also of course making AI weapons, helping the government doing AI weapons, and going into China, helping China do things. Of course, because money is talking. Money is fuel of everything we do, human, animals. So actually, deviate into another topic. It is actually true when you look at society, why is it the way it is? Now, of course, depending on what things you are talking about, there are many reasons, but you can almost always say the fundamental reason is money. Money is making things go, and I'm doing YouTube videos because of money too. Otherwise, I may not have, in part. Okay, so why does Google give SEOs advice? So here is the article written in 2010. There it is. You can read it. So let me copy the URL and copy the URL and put it back in here. So show in browser. Okay, so let's go back to keep in touch with you guys. So what you guys are saying, what you guys have been saying. Good morning, George. What is the most blessed technology? That would be, well, I don't know. That would be chopsticks. Okay, that would be the most blessed technology. That depends on what you mean. You know, like what is the context? A spoon is a technology, no? Right? So, how useful is a spoon? Is spoon better technology than sliced bread? I would say so. Yeah. You know, without spoon you cannot have soup, or with you use your hands. So okay, let me catch up with the questions, and also we have some questions on Discord. Alan has compiled a bunch of questions on Discord, and we can talk about that. But let me quickly go through the chat here, see if there's anything interesting. Good morning, George. Good morning, Alan, Ripper, and Eric Chan. China, ding dong, ling dong. And let's see, put my name to it. Okay, fantastic Unix tech. Let's see. Alan says, are you using another mic in addition to your headset microphone? Audio sounds fine to me. So it sounds fine to you? Oh, no, this is the only headphone I'm using. This is the only mic, the headset. So what is the most best technology? That's depends on what you mean. Chopsticks. And what's your opinion on Emacs Evo mod? That's a lame question because Evo mod is modal. Okay, same as soft-like keys, and modal is good if you can get you can get used to it. There are a lot of people who look at modal and they go, oh, I don't want to do modal. Well, actually, the only reason is because habit. Okay, habit is a foundation of almost all opinions. Habit. If you put your mind to it, just go change your mind. Okay, change your mind. Modal is good. Listen to me. Modal is a good thing. Okay, you want modal. Repeat that every day. Repeat that 3 times every day for a month. Then you'll love modal. Then you'll start to use EvoMod or stuff like this. Then you'll discover the fantasticality of such mod. So yeah, go modal. Well, if you are a programmer, go modal. Okay. And Alan has quality theory. Alan, do you want me to do a live criticism of your articles? It's going to be a torrent of wrath, probably. I can do that. You pick 1 or 2 of your articles, and I'll do a live review, free, okay, without charging. So Eric Chen, so Alan says, in what way are you less evil than Google? Me? Oh, that's a touchy question. In what way am I less evil than Google? In lots of ways, in tons of ways. That's easy answer. There's no, it's not even worth answering. You could say, because you can say basically almost all human beings, unless you are famous, then maybe we have to talk about it. Basically everyone else is much less evil than Google because it's an evil empire. It's an empire. It's more powerful than you could even say it's more powerful than US government. It's the most powerful organization in the entire human history. That is true. Google, basically you could say Google is that. What is your favorite type of virtual signaling? I don't do virtual signaling. Fuck. Okay. Basically, if you are the type of person who swear all the time, you don't qualify. You don't qualify to be a virtual signaler. So what did you start saying human animals? Were you always such a Marxist, materialist? I began starting to use the term human animals when I started to look into human animal social issues around 2003. Okay, around 2003. Basically, I talked about this one time before. This touches upon the history of my life, biography of sorts, autobiography. Human animals. So why do I started to use that phrase? But let me give you the background. Human animals. So before 2002, you could say I'm a nerd, and I'm a nerd who are just like other nerds who I don't know anything about society. I don't know anything about politics. I don't care much about politics. All I do, and I'm a superior nerd. I'm an extreme case. So I just study computer science and math. Programming, math, that's what I do, and etymology, English vocabulary. Okay, this is before 2002, basically. English literature, I have to read Shakespeare or whatever famous American writers or classic literatures. Dickinson, tons of them. The the Humpback of Notre Dame, for example. I didn't read that one, by the way. War and Peace, the big shots, the big literature, the Old Man and the Sea. So I read a bunch of them, and and also study English. So vocabulary. So mostly I'm a big nerd. I study math. Math is the primary thing. You live and dream in math up to 20 hours a day. Actually, literally, that is true. When I was younger, when you were young, you can do that. You go all night, just dive into LaTeX, including LaTeX and tech. These idiotic fucks. You dive into, you read it, you just keep reading. And back then, you don't have internet as we have today. You don't have Wikipedia. Wikipedia began in 2003 also, which I discovered because they linked to my website. So you don't have Wikipedia, but you have encyclopedias, Britannica, Cana, Encyclopedia Americana, Goyler's Encyclopedia, and around 1997, you have Microsoft Encarta, encyclopedia for Microsoft. I bought it. I'm the first one when CD-ROM reader came out for the computer. I'm the first one to buy it. This is in 1993 or 1996, I forgot. The first CD-ROM reader, the technology, came out with the encyclopedia on it. It included, as a part of marketing. So I bought it for $500 back in 1990. I think 1996 maybe, or before, I forgot. So I'm the first one to buy that, and I'm also an avid reader of encyclopedia. So anyway, I was saying before 2002, I was just a big nerd, and what I read is mostly math, programming, psychology, and linguistics. Okay, and vocabulary, literature. Basically, these 5 things, these 5 subject matters. And I don't know anything about social sciences, not much. But after 2002, I started to go into those directions. I started to, mostly the primary impetus is what you call, these nerds, idiots call futurology. Okay, basically you want to know what will happen in the future to human animals. For example, back then robotics is coming on strong, and back then around 2002 there's a big fear of nanotechnology. They are thinking in 10 years something drastic will happen to society. Nanotechnology, far more dangerous than nuclear bombs. That's what people say. For example, there's this guy Bill, one of the Sun Microsystems founder, the guy who wrote Vim. He wrote a very popular article, and as a reaction from reading the Unabomber's declaration manifesto. and he is saying, this nanotechnology and robotics and AI, they are going to become crippling. They are going to cripple humanity. We have to pay great attention to them. He's saying that, and for example, so I started to. This is futurology. What will happen to human animals? That's got me started to look into these kind of issues, study human animals, human history, human animals behavior, what we do, and back to human animals. That's I don't know. I don't remember if that's the first time I used it, but basically, I started to use more in that term because I explained this before. Why do I use the term human animal? Because if you don't believe in God, okay, if you believe in God, then you don't say human animals because that's sacrilegious. Humans are not just animals. Humans are the creation of God. You have to, it's God created these beings. Okay, God created we beings from the image of God. So we look like God. We are the creation of God. Human beings, not animals. What the fuck? We are human beings. Now, but I don't believe in God. So what God? What God? So so human being. What the fuck does it mean? Beings. Being my ass. Being fuck yourself with your beings. Human are not beings. It's an etymology. It's a euphemism. It's a fake news. Fake word. Fake word. Human beings. What the being? What being? What's a being? Meaningless fuck. Human beings. Meaningless fuck. Okay. So what we are? We are animals. Okay. If you don't believe in God, then you are an atheist or agnostics. So you don't believe in God, or you don't believe in a creator, divine creator, because there's no logical reasons too. You could have faith, then you believe. Okay, that's that you can do that. But if you stick to science, in other words, if you stick to science, then there's no such, you cannot prove it, or such things we cannot possibly know, called agnot oh God, I have speech problems now. Agnosticism. Okay, that's what Bertrand Russell famously said, that if they ask him, do you believe in God? And his answer is depends on how knowledgeable the questioner is about the subject. If you are fairly acquainted with the subject matter, then he would say he's agnostic, meaning that the question about whether the existence of a God is kind of a metaphysical question. It's a question that you cannot possibly answer. You don't know. Basically, you don't know. We don't know whether God exists or not. There's no, and so. But if you know a lot about this subject, I'll say I'm agnostic. But if you don't know, it's simpler to say, oh, I don't believe in God. I'm an atheist. So that's Bertrand Russell said that. So anyway, back to the human animals. So human animals, human beings, if you look into, and if you are concerned, if you have interest in vocabulary, the beings doesn't, and logic, the beings does not make sense. It's some sort of euphemism. It's some sort of fake news. It's some sort of a propaganda, okay, embedded in the language from religious people. And there's a good reason too, because before sciences, we don't have nothing. We have to believe in God or some sorts, because we fear the darkness. Someone gonna come out and cut your throat. And most likely, it may be a tiger, or it may be another human being. So, so human being, that word, if since I don't believe it, so that's nonsensical. That's not a good word if you are a logical rationalist. So that's why human animals, okay, human animals, that is the proper term. if you are atheist or agnostics, because that's what we are, animals. Okay, now this is important. Now, if you are a atheist, you may not you may disagree, because actually human animals are different from other animals. A lot of people say that, including science, partly because they still believe in because the influence, the momentum, the trend, the heavy trend from religion. You still say human beings, but partly because human beings, we a scientist, an atheist scientist may not agree. He may think that actually human animals are really different from other animals. They might say, oh, because we have more intelligence, or we have something, but it's all bullshit. But I learned in last year that actually there is one, if we can say there's something different from human animals and other animals, there's one thing that we are actually kind of different from other animals, such as monkeys or chimps. That is, we cook. We cook. You microwave, right? You barbecue. We cook. We use fire to burn stuff before we put it in our mouth. We eat. We kill pigs and bulls, and we kill you, skin you, cut your meat. We eat it. But however, we are different from lions and tigers and hyenas. Before we eat it, we burn it. We cook. And this habit of cooking is actually 1,000,000 years old. I started to read. Because cooking is puzzling. Because remember, I like the word human animals, but there's this cooking I always kind of puzzled about. Why does cat, when cat eats a mouse, he doesn't cook. Cat doesn't cook. So why are we cooking? I mean, and today, you have a lot of Americans, the fat Americans whose life is too good. They are all animal rights or diets or cardio diets or meat diet. They have 1,000 terms about diet. Idiots, ripper. diets, this lion diet. What's some of the terms of the diets? The fucking diets. Americans are concerned, obsessed about diets. These people whose life is too rich, too comfortable, diets. So all these diets. So why do we cook? And there's this slow cooking, this fat fuck among the lefty California people. Now they not just cook, okay? Microwave, microwave doesn't taste good. You have to care for your palate. You care for your mouth. You have to. Microwave is no good. You have to cook with elaborate cookware. But they also have this slow cooking. Like normally, if you cook meat, you cook for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, or beef barbecue or whatever. But they have slow cooking. That is, you put down low temperature and you cook for 20 hours. I have an article on that. And there's a French word describing that. Alan, do you know what's a slow something? The French term describing that activity. There's a movement in California, slow cooking, and supposedly slow cooking, the food come out tastes better. Okay, people whose life is too rich. So cooking is actually, if there's anything we can say that sets human animals different from other animals, that would be cooking. We have been cooking for 1,000,000 years. That's incredible. Okay, Alan gotta go. So what else we gonna okay, I talked about a lot of topics. I wanted to show some articles, but the trend is lost the direction. Now let's see some of the other questions here. How long have I been talking? 40 minutes. Let's see some of the questions, and we go back to Discord. There's some questions on Discord. Yeah, so Alan's question, when did you start saying human animals? So it's around 2002 I started to use that phrase often, because then there's also some changes in my writing style. Because before 2002, I'm very obsessed about a writing style that is pure logic. And anyway, human animals, the phrase. So let's see what's the next question. Is there a new XahFly keys at Melpa? Yes. Clacks. Okay, George show. Alan says repeat that every day 3 times a day, then you love model. I got to go in 15 minutes, okay? But you can talk about QWERTY theory, okay? Alan's QWERTY theory. Alan has invented a theory of his own, QWERTY theory. So we might read that. I don't know what's up there. Alan has written a blog about QWERTY theory. XahTV, it's probably better if we do it when Alan is here. So Xah's neck beard is getting longer second by second. So let's see what else. Fuck yourself with your beans. What is beans? Okay, so do you watch? Yes, of course I do. Eric Chen, join Discord. Okay, join Discord, and you'll discover the wonders of things. Okay, so any other questions? Sous-vide, yes, and I'm not sure how to pronounce that. George says Sous-vide. Okay, that's the the hipsters, they're doing that. Okay, tick the cake. Don't you think another different? Do you think? Don't you think another difference between humans and other animals that we draw pictures? No, not really. Well, drawing pictures is a skill, basically a skill of using tools, and also the skill of having concepts in abstraction. Crows and can do that. Octopus can do that. It's just that they don't do it as good as we do. We are in higher level. Oh, Eric James in Discord. Okay, let's go back to. So no more questions. These things are starting to get boring. Let's go back to this Discord. Let's see what we have there. So is there something I want to talk about? Actually, not really. Let's do 20 minutes, 15 minutes, or maybe. So Alan, some questions from Alan and from others. So what do you think of prolog? Okay, prolog is a logic language. I don't really know much about it. Prolog is a logic. It's a declarative language. And it's based on logic. Basically, prolog is very old. It's like 40 years old, something like that. Prolog. I don't really know much about prolog. I tried to learn. Someone in Chinese forum in China tried to teach me that. We've been chatting about that for a week or so, but I actually never learned much from it. Prolog. And okay, so there's a modern version of prolog that's called Mercury. So you search for Mercury language, you'll find it. And how did I learn English? I learned a long time ago. I can tell. There's a big story. Actually, I did a talk show on that. How do you learn English words? A long time ago, half a year ago. You might find it. You'll find it on my YouTube, but there's quite a few. Basically, I learned English purely by reading dictionaries. So I learned 10 words a day, accumulatively. That is, each day you learn 10 words. Well, in the beginning you learn more than 10, 20, but so let's say 10. Okay, 10 words a day. So after a month you have 300. Yeah, 10, right? Not 20. Okay, 10 is big enough. The important thing is accumulatively. That is, every word, once you learned it, you want to keep trying to remember it. So in 1 month you'll learn 300 words. In 3 months you'll know 900 words. Okay, in a year you'll know 3,000 3,650 words in a year. 3,650 words. Now, the point about 10 words a day is that, and accumulatively, that is every week you have to review the words you already learned. So this is very important, critical, because after 2 years, after just 2 years, you'll know about 7,000 words. 7,000 words. And that's equivalent. That's about basically what a typical American knows. In 3 years, you'll know more than 10,000 words. That's more than college-educated American. Okay, if you keep up the 10 words a day and trying to memorize, you must have a way to always review the words you learned. You write it down. That's what I did. I have a website. I have tens of articles on that. Okay, search for XahTV dictionary review. Search for XahTV vocabulary. You'll find it. So 10 words a day, not too much. Don't be greedy. Okay, just 10 words a day. But try. Remember you must review all the words you learned in the past. Before. So you have to review them. After 3 years, you'll know more words than a typical American, college-educated American. That's me. That's how I learned English. And back then, I ignored everything else about English. I ignored, such great, really good advice, such as starting from the basics. So I was learning Shakespeare words, when I don't know ABC yet. That's what I did. Brute force. That's what I did. It's not actually. It's a very stupid, inefficient method to learn English. But however, that's what I did. I don't do it now. I still look up dictionaries and vocabularies, but not as much. You get old. So and with these 10 words a day, you cannot do it for the thing is, once you pass, let's say, once you know 6,000 English words, the more words you learn, they're gonna be useless. Like, you will not encounter such word not once in your lifetime, typically, such as words in Shakespeare, words in novels. There's tons of words you will not encounter it once in your lifetime. Basically, 6,000 words is enough. There's poetry, there's poetry words, obscure words, obsolete words, and things like that. So anyway, that's basically how I learned English, by reading dictionaries. Ripper, thank you, Ripper, for the money. Any questions you have, Ripper? This monetization, the Google invented monetization, is for super chat. This is called super chat, so that you can ask a question. So, do you have a question you want me to answer personally? I'll answer that. Type it. Okay. So let's go back. So how long? So we're gonna talk about 10 more minutes or so. Quite a few topics here. What do you think of prolog? Okay, so I don't know much about prolog. It's interesting, but so today there are so many interesting programming languages. I wouldn't recommend prolog actually. It's hard to say, depending on what's your needs, what's your goal, what's your orientation. If you are into studying programming languages, if that's your main thing, yeah, sure, learn prolog, but it's likely gonna be useless. Useless in a sense. It's not practical. You'll not find a job. But besides that, lots of languages such as Haskell, you'll probably not find a job. And Julia and Mathematica and Lisp, all these languages, you can learn and you will not find a job. But prolog is even less than that. Prolog, you learn it, you will not even find applications even. You will not be able to program. You will not be able to write your script in it. It will be useless. The only use will almost be the conceptual learning of a new programming concept, that is programming by logic. So if you are into programming language concepts, and that's you can learn prolog. That's my opinion about it. And also, by the way, in prolog back then in 1990s, there's Mathematica, for example, and Common Lisp. They implement prolog in Mathematica and in Lisp. And if I recall correctly, one of the famous Common Lisp book, there are like 3 or 4 very popular, most popular Common Lisp books. They have implementations in prolog as one of their chapter. I think the book by Peter Novick, I think, AI with Common Lisp, something he's written a book, classic for Common Lisp, that contains a chapter or epilogue of Lisp, of prolog implemented in Lisp. So anyway, that's about prolog. So Alan's next question: English speaking audience, but do not know how to translate expression. Wait. Oh, are there any Chinese words you often wish to use with your English speaking audiences but do not know how to translate express? No. When you are a beginner, if you are a beginner in English, you do have such a question. Often some Chinese or Spanish or whatever is your mother tongue, Russian. You don't know how to say it in English. You are frequently bombarded with such question when you are beginner English. But I've been living in USA for the past 30 years, and 3 years in Canada. Since 1984, I started to learn basically. So that's long past me. I don't have any words in, because I don't speak Chinese anymore. In fact, I haven't been talking or writing Chinese every day. I rarely do. I still speak Chinese because I was born in Taiwan, but actually I know far more English words and expressibility, and my writing skills is all English. In fact, lots of English terms I don't know how to say in Chinese, so I have the reverse problem. So clickbait optimization. So we talked about clickbait and SEO a bit about that. So Ripper says, Xali, what are your thoughts about spending the time to learn regular expressions? Oh yeah, so that you can do stream processing more efficiently. And what about incompatibilities between different regexes? Okay, that's a topic. Regular expressions. I have 1,000 articles on that. Literally, actually not literally. But by the way, when people say literally, some grammar Nazis or some pundit will say, "Oh no, you use that word wrong, because when it's not literally, you cannot say literally." Actually, false. when you could say something literally to as an expression of exaggeration, because I remember reading that people have, the great writers have done that. But anyway, so I have quite a lot of articles on regular expressions. So let me answer your question fully. So XahTV, regular expressions, I have like 10 articles about that. I have full tutorial on regular expressions for Python, for JavaScript, complete documentation of regular expression in Python, JavaScript, and tutorial in Emacs Lisp, and in quite a few. And also I have tons of essays about regular expression, and also lots of problems with about regular expression. Problems in grep, tons of articles about that. So search for XahTV regular expression and you'll find JavaScript regular expression tutorial, and rejects limits, or should you read masking regular expression. That's an essay. And Python rejects match object. That's a reference for Python regular expression. And Golang regular expression, that's a tutorial of regular expression in Golang, how to use it. Regular expression And let me finish the article list yet first. I have 10,000 articles on regular expression, and I will get to your question, your specific question. So another essay, XML is not S expression. Okay, actually this one is not about regular expression, so let's skip that. Then Emacs rejects tutorial. Okay, let me show you some of these articles. And eList rejects tutorial because in Emacs and Emacs list you use regular expression in somewhat different ways. They are, technical complexities. So actually I have an index of all my regular expression pages somewhat. So let me see if I can find it. Okay. Wait, what's going on? Okay, cancel. Rejects. Okay, rejects parsing index. I'm not sure. Oh, there it is. So XAH regular expression articles index. So I have like 30 articles or something. So you have pattern matching versus grammar specification. You have Emacs list versus Perl validate local file links. Quite a lot. JavaScript 3 articles. Okay, where am I going? So let me show you some of them. So JavaScript, I have regular. So for each language, you have regular expression tutorial, which is quite important from regular expression reference because tutorial for each language, the way they use regular expression is very different. Okay, very different from each other. Java, JavaScript, Python, Perl. The way you call regular expression, the way you want to replace a string or you want to find a match string pattern, the way you call them, the function, or whether it's an object or whether they return a list or whether they return a object, it's all different. So for each language, you have to learn how to use regular expressions. So I have articles on that. For example, here is a JavaScript regular expression tutorial, a simple introduction. For many programmers, you don't even know what is a lot. Beginner programmers, you don't know what's a regular expression. Regular expression is one of the most important thing you want to master. Okay, you want to master it. As soon as you get your hands on, you started to program, you want to learn. Try, have the mindset that you want to master regular expression. It's extremely useful. However, don't get into the extreme. Some people, some programmer will say, "Oh, you need to master to such a degree. You need to use regular expression to write compilers." Actually, that's easy. We'll get into that anyway. So regular expression is very important. You want to try to master it, okay? But don't go overboard. Don't. Once you know what it's about, you can use it properly. You can use it to find a string pattern in text files, or you can use it to do find and replace, for files. That's good enough, okay? On the other hand, what do I mean by extreme? There are certain nerds, these advanced nerds. They think you need to know regular expression to such, for example, when you start to hear automaton, here's a dividing line. When you read the article, they start to talk about how regular expression is some NDA, non-terminating some jargon, the automata, okay, or NFA, or something like that. When you start to see that, I have articles on that. Okay, I have. We just have to find it. It takes time to show the article. But anyway, when you started to hear those jargons, and what's the word? Let me find it. Okay, jargons, NDA, regular expression. Let's see if it's here. Automata. Okay, jargons, automata. Yeah, here's the thing. When you learn some website about regular expression, just read my website. Okay, I have plenty of articles for Python, for JavaScript, for Emacs Lisp, for those. So when you hear the word finite state automata, okay, when you trying to learn regular expression and you start to hear the word finite state automata, okay, that means that article is crap. Okay, don't pay attention. You are wasting your time. The only time those article becomes useful is when you are actually writing a parser or compiler. Now, parser is a word that's very abused. Basically, when you are actually working on writing a compiler, then finite state automata, the concept and the technology, what they are is important. How they relate to regular expression. Regular expression is a automata. Okay, the origin of regular expression came from compiler theory, NFA and NDA. Okay, that's a jargon. NFA and NDA. Okay, so anyway, so let me summarize. Regular expression is very important. As a programmer, it's extremely practical. You want to know it well, okay? But then once you know it well, you now and then you'll come across articles that talk about finite state automata in relation to regular expression with the abbreviation, the jargon of NDA, NFA. Typically, don't pay attention to them, okay? And most of the time, often, okay, more than 50% of the time, those articles are just wrong. Okay, those articles are technically wrong. They are garbage information. They are written by people who don't know what they are talking about, but they want to choke up jargons about automata, about NFA, okay, they're just wrong. Most of the time, all the articles with those words are just incorrect. Okay, technically incorrect. Okay, that's what I want to say about that. So don't pay attention to that. But however, learn regular expressions. That's the most important thing. Okay, so we have JavaScript regular expression tutorial. Let me show you. So we got JavaScript regular expression tutorials. We got then a complete reference about regular expression for JavaScript. Let me show you my articles. So you go to JavaScript object reference, then you have regular expression object. You see, as I mentioned before, regular expression is the syntax is basically the same in every language, almost the same in every language. But however, the way you call them and the way you work with them is very different between languages. Perl, Python, JavaScript, and Emacs Lisp. All these four: Perl, Python, JavaScript, Emacs Lisp. The way you use regular expressions is entirely different in each one of these languages. So you have to actually study them. But however, the regular expression syntax is the same for JavaScript, Perl, Python. But however, for Emacs Lisp, it's different. It's slightly different from the other three. So anyway, JavaScript. Okay, so now you have the reference, JavaScript reference for regular expression object and regular expression syntax. Let me show you where. I have articles about them. I have like 5 pages about regular expressions for JavaScript. You can, if you are a JavaScript coder and learn it. So let me show you the Python one. So here the Python, this is Python regular expression object, match object. That's what Python returns when you call a regular expression function. It returns a match object. So I have like several pages on Python, tutorials and reference. You can just search for XahTV Python regular expression, you'll find it. Then I have a tutorial for Golang. Okay, now Golang has a perfect documentation. So I have a simple tutorial that introduces you how to use regular expression in Golang. Then if you want to know more, go to the regular expression, the Golang's official documentation for their regular expression packages. Again, each language do it differently. The regular expression is a package you have to import. That is the case for Python and Golang, but not JavaScript and Emacs Lisp. So there's all these differences. So anyway, my articles, okay, and Emacs regular expression tutorial, and I show you some of the most frequently used patterns. So anyway, so that is the answer, whether regular expression is important. Yes, very much. Yeah, so what about incompatibilities between regular expressions? Yes. Now, the regular expression, like I said, the regular expression syntax is basically compatible across JavaScript, Java, Perl, Python. Like 99% compatible. There are slight differences, but almost you don't run into them unless you are going to do a very advanced regular expression. So they are mostly compatible, but except Emacs Lisp. Emacs Lisp is kind of idiotic. Except not just Emacs Lisp, all Lisp, Common Lisp, and Emacs Lisp. These two I can say for sure. I don't know about Scheme Lisp, but however, Common Lisp and Emacs Lisp, their regular expression syntax is quite different from the others, and it's quite difficult. You got problems. You got toothpick syndromes. I have a lot of articles on that. I have a lot of articles. You got toothpick syndromes like this. Okay, let me show you. We are about to shut down. So where's the show images? What? Wait, where's show images? Anyway, let's just magnify the page. Oh, I remember on the Mac it's different. Fucking Mac. So you can see you got toothpick syndromes, regular expression. I cannot magnify. Toothpick syndromes. Okay, I think that's it. That's about it for today. How long I've been talking? 1 hour and 8 minutes. Okay, we are over 1 hour. Sally rejects master. Okay, regular expression, shell scripts, SQL, and C will outlive everyone here. George is most likely to correct in this statement. Break the loop. Good morning, break the loop. Says, Xah, is there a program you have made in the past that you are proud of? Yes, quite a few. Or an interesting program you have developed? Yeah, quite a few. Let me just oh, Reaper, you must have heard of the expression toothpick syndrome, right? Anyway, so regular expression, I have a lot of articles on that. I mean, each one I could go into detail. For example, this one rejects regular expression limits, or should you read Mastering Regular Expressions? There's this famous book. God, Jesus, I don't have a screenshot of the cover. Mastering Regular Expressions. So I read that book back in 1999. Do I recommend it? It's kind of yes and no. Okay, typically, but I have rants against people who recommend this book. This book is one of the. This is a book. Okay, I have Larry Wall, the creator of Perl, signed it. There's more than one way to do it. Okay, signed to Brainpower because I was working for Brainpower, a startup, back in 1999. So that's my book. He signed it. And I took this photo in 2001, but the signature is actually from 1991. Okay, so typically the nerds, the extreme nerds, such as on Hacker News, you'll find their opinion, anonymous opinion that tell you, oh, you should buy the book, oh, you should read it. These idiots. regular expression, the book is this book, Mastering Regular Expression. Let me show you the website. Okay, where's the they have the owl picture, the famous owl picture. Let me show you. So let me show so I can remember to. I will compile all these links into my Xah Talk Show page, and later on I'll put on YouTube so you can see all the links. So here's the book, Mastering Regular Expressions. Very, already, very popular. This book is divided basically into two parts. The first part is teaching you how to use regular expression in different languages. Very popular. By the way, this book is getting old. So the last update is 2006, 15 years ago. So you don't need it. Today, if you code in JavaScript, you just learn the regular expression in JavaScript. If you code in Python, you just learn it. You don't necessarily need a book. You practice. You really, regular expression is one of the such thing that is kind of confusing. It's really quite confusing because it took me several years to really feel comfortable, know exactly what's going on. It is true. I began my career programming in Mathematica, which is very, very advanced, symbolic pattern matching language. Then I mastered Perl. But but regular expression really took you several years of experience to really sink in, to know what's going on, what are these. It is true. So take time to learn it. Okay. So this book is divided into two parts. The first part is teaching you regular expressions. The second part is teaching you about the theory of regular expressions. That's when you will encounter the NDF, the NF, those jargons, the automata jargons. And I think part of it is trying to teach you how to implement regular expressions and also the history of regular expressions. Those parts are not useful. And also there's a famous article from this guy who is working for Google, who is on the team of Golang now. I can it takes some time to find the article. I have links for my articles. So just spend a few hours reading my articles on regular expression. You'll find all the links and the law of computing history of these people. And this guy, by the way, this guy, Jeffrey E.F. Fendel, he lives in Japan. He has a blog. He married a Japanese girl. He lives in Japan now. In the tranquility of Japan, he has a blog with photos of his gardens, Japanese gardens and so on. Today it's probably not worthwhile to buy this book or read it, because it's in part it's old. It's 15 years old, not updated. Do they have a new version? I don't think they have a new version. Book kind of died out. Today, and especially today's programmers, millennials, they don't care. They don't care of mastering nothing. They just job from job, language from language. You work for this company today. You just do this. Then tomorrow you move on. It's a different language. That's the situation of today. You become corporations can fry you about. Okay, I think that's it for today. I've been rambling quite a lot. Let's see. Let's go back and let's wrap up and close down. Okay, so that's my answer about regular expression. Oh yeah, so what's a program I've made that I'm proud of? There's quite a few actually. Let's talk about that next time because now it's 1 hour and 15 minutes. Thoughts on USA election? Let's next time. Oh, you haven't? Oh God, Jesus, guys, Jesus, you guys, young people and Reaper, you guys have not heard of the expression toothpick syndrome? Jesus, especially you, Reaper, you should know. Well, you know the concept, but but I'm surprised you haven't heard of the term. Toothpick syndromes, like that's Emacs Lisp. That's regular expression in Emacs Lisp. You got all the slash and backslashes, escapes, and you cannot know which one is which. Actually, I have quite next time we're gonna talk about regular expression for 1 hour, because I have quite a lot of articles that talks about different issues with the regular expression. I think it would be interesting. Toothpick syndrome. Okay, thank you guys for coming for the show. I'll see you next time. Bye. And good morning, Kathy. Google Chrome just crashed. I guess I'm still alive. I have to reopen Google Chrome and end live stream. Google Chrome just crashed. And now I'm hungry. I'm gonna get something to eat. And I hope you guys are doing well of the coronavirus, of the bat death. And because of the bat death, Google now, I noticed that the video will become available on YouTube after I think 2 hours. But however, you will not see the live chat. The live chat will become available after 1 day, until tomorrow. So let me close down. Have a good day. Bye, guys.